Welcome. Let's give it up for all the comedians that were up before me. Yay! All right. My name is Ambros Lorenzo Contreras. No, I did not say Cortez, and I also did not say Gonzalez, and the way that I'm saying those names is called an accent. And the reason I say that is because I used to live in La Grande, Oregon, which is in the northeastern corner of Oregon, and it's only 14,000 people, and it is very, very white, mostly rednecks. And this one time my dad went to the high school to do a presentation. He introduced himself, same last name, Contreras, and this one kid pipes up and goes, "Hey, you have the same speech impediment as that one kid." And my dad goes, "Speech impediment? What are you talking about?" And the kid goes, Yeah, your last name is Contreras. Why are you saying it funny?" And my dad goes, "Why are you saying it funny?" Our name is Contreras. So there's that. My accent is decent on my last name mostly, but I don't actually know Spanish. But I did take 3 years of French, didn't retain a thing. Well, that's not entirely true. I know 3 sentences. Je m'appelle Ambrose, which is my name is Ambrose. Je n'aime pas la plage. I don't like the beach. And je voudrais un croque monsieur, which is basically I want a very specific sandwich. So obviously I did not do my language homework. I'm also half Italian, and on my mom's side. And the thing is that there are a lot of similarities between Mexicans and Italians, and you would think that the language is very similar, but it's kind of not. And my mom learned that the hard way one time. She went to a Mexican restaurant with my dad for a snack, and my dad noticed the entire menu was in Spanish, so he instructs her, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, wait for me, and I'll order for us." Well, he was taking a long time, and my mom starts looking at the menu. She sees a word that she recognizes, torta. Torta in Italian means cake. So my mom orders a cake with strawberries and whipped cream. The waiter looks very confused and walks away. Torta in Spanish means sandwich. My mom ordered a pork sandwich with strawberries and whipped cream, and the waiter thought she was pregnant. They come to later find out she was pregnant with me. But Italians and Mexicans do have some similarities. For example, both my grandmothers named Maria. Also, they like to use consumables for cure-alls. For Mexicans, it's 7-Up. 7-Up cures everything from constipation, the flu, infertility. So my parents were trying for me for several years. Nothing was working. My tia goes up to my dad one day and says, "Hey, have you tried 7-Up?" And my dad is like, I'm sorry, 7-Up? She's like, "Yeah, have you tried 7-Up?" And he goes, "How does that work?" And she's like, "Well, you drink it before you have sex. It makes your sperm fizzy, and it makes it stick to the egg." And here I am 30 years later, 7-Up, baby. Italians use raw garlic to cure everything. Mosquito bites, headaches, depression. Not sure how that works, but I think that this is a missed business opportunity. If I just made garlic 7-Up, I could cure everything. Maybe COVID. Not sure yet. Haven't tried it yet. Also, both like to use objects to hit their children. Italians use the wooden spoon, and Mexicans use a chancla, or like a flip-flop sandal. I'm so glad my mother never merged those two ideas, because a wooden chancla would have sucked. But yeah, so being Mexi-Italian, I was raised with a lot of high expectations and guilt. And if you don't know what that's like, ask your Jewish friends, they'll tell you all about it. And Italian mothers like to communicate in 2 ways, food and guilt. So if there was ever a problem, it was always, "Why don't you eat something?" "Oh, you're hearing voices? Eat something." But if you were doing something bad, then the guilt got laid on thick. So I started listening to Nine Inch Nails, and it was like, you're gonna kill your grandmother. Or I started wearing black eyeliner, and it was like, I'm coming back to haunt you when I die. And then the ultimate guilt, God is watching. You didn't sweep under the rug, God is watching. You fell asleep in church, God is definitely watching there. And I think so, I don't know. And so I was raised to believe that God created all of creation, 6 days, rested on the 7th. And because of Eurocentrism, I was raised to believe that God was a white man. Going to different churches, I heard that God was a woman, God was a black woman, and more recently I've heard that God is non-binary. And I'm here for all of that. I can believe any of that, and I don't even care what God is, right? But I can tell you what God is not. God is not a Mexican. Because Mexicans don't take days off. They don't. But you know who is a Mexican? Jesus. Jesus is a Mexican. Think about it. His mom was a teenager. He was not raised by his biological father. And he grew up to be a carpenter. That's a Mexican. That is why so many Mexicans are named Jesus now. Okay? Like, that's just how it works. But where was I? I don't even know. Yeah. Mexicans. We work through birthdays, holidays, anniversaries. We don't know how to not work. So I get really uncomfortable now with my jobs. When I get Thanksgiving off, I'm like, what do I do if I'm not working? Can I just like pick up a shift somewhere? Like just randomly just walk in and be like, I'm here to work. And because I'm a Mexican, they'll just give me the job, right? No, I work right now as a house cleaner. I know that's really original, right? Mexican house cleaner. Most of my clients are white. And I think that they feel white guilt for having a Mexican house cleaner because they're always apologizing for their dirty houses. And I'm like, that's exactly why I'm here. Please trash your houses. That's job security for me. But white houses are funny. For one, they have infinite amounts of tea that they never drink. Also, they have multiple vacuums to clean up after their other vacuums. Sorry, it's just I count vacuums while I'm cleaning. I'm like 1, 2, 3. Also, a surprising amount of people have snacks in the bedroom, which makes sense. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're feeling snackish, grab a Snickers. That totally makes sense. I do it too. Just a random observation. Whenever I'm cleaning the toilets, I notice that it's always the left bolt cover on the bottom of the toilet that is loose. I don't know why, it just is. Go to your houses, check it. It's gonna be loose, I guarantee it. Speaking of bathrooms, in case it wasn't obvious, I am transgender. And that's not very compatible with my culture. So coming out as trans 2,000 miles away from my family has been like, even with God watching, has been like, I can see clearly now, the shame is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. And there are a lot of obstacles for trans people, in case you didn't know. For example, wearing a binder. I'm technically not supposed to wear it for very long for medical reasons. I don't want to depress you, so I won't go over it really. But because I can't wear it for very long, I always feel like my masculinity is on a timeline, like I'm some sort of trans-Cinderella, if you will. By the way, that's my Instagram handle, follow me. But also with the way that a binder presses your chest down, I never quite know where my nipples are, unless it's cold outside. I really, really hope the cops never use that as a sobriety test. You know, like stand on one foot, touch your nose, close your eyes. Apparently I can't even stand on one foot. Find your nipples. They're there. Found it. All right, cool. Also, going on testosterone as a trans person, or as any person really, the thing that happens, you go to the doctor, they give you a single-sided sheet of paper, and it goes over all of the things that will happen at certain intervals of time, like facial hair, weight distribution, and a deeper voice. Yes, I did used to have a higher pitched voice than this. I sounded like a squirrel on helium all the time. Now I just sound like a squirrel, so I guess that's better. But really, like, it's going through second puberty all over again, and that's what they don't tell you. So suddenly I was horny, which is really confusing as a trans person, because it's like, I want to have sex with nobody. Nobody. And I was constantly hungry, which is dangerous for a millennial, because if I'm not careful, I'll eat myself at a house and home. And I'm already an established adult, so testosterone doesn't make me grow this way. Instead, I just grow this way. And I did start to get facial hair, as you can see, but I also started to get hair in weird places, like my feet. And I thought about it, and I was like, wait a second. I'm short, I'm fat, I'm always hungry, and I have hairy feet. Testosterone did not turn me into a man, turned me into a hobbit. But now that I'm a hobbit, we know a few things about me. Like, I'm dependable, I'm a lovable goof, I'm always down for second breakfast, I'm willing to make long-distance deliveries on foot, and if any women would like to slay a Nazgul, I'm your guy, right? So when I'm not adventuring in Middle-earth, I am busy dealing with my family dynamics. And each family has the successful one, the bum, the bougie one, and the crazy uncle. And I'm my family's crazy uncle, complete with conspiracy theories. Except my conspiracy theories don't come from Facebook, they're prepackaged in my head. See, I have what's called schizophrenia. Cue everyone leaving the room because he's crazy. Yep, totally crazy. But aside from conspiracy theories and paranoia, schizophrenia is not that bad. For one, I'm never alone. That's kind of nice, right? I also don't need drugs to see weird things, because I already see weird things. So I save a lot of money on hallucinogenics, is what I'm saying. I think I said that word wrong, but that's okay. Also, my voices provide me with my own laugh track, so even if you guys aren't laughing, like, they think I'm hilarious. And I think I'm hilarious. But so it was funny. So my therapist the other day gave me a brand new diagnosis. I know, another one. It's called obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And it's different from OCD. See, OCD is all about performing repetitive behaviors in a ritualistic fashion as a means to ease your anxiety. OCPD is a preoccupation with perfectionism, strict ideas about good versus evil, and the inability to turn down work. So basically, she diagnosed me as Mexican. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you, Ambrose. Thank you all.